All right, well, we're on to our second speaker. Our second speaker is Suzi Shapiro. She is a curious person. She has spent too much time in school as a student and both as a university professor. She has degrees in psychology. No, she does not care if you're crazy. She taught psychology and informatics before she retired to her current career as a user experience consultant. She currently spends time figuring out why people cannot understand your website, teaching tech people how to think like researchers and user advocates. If she has time, she travels, tries to paint, grows plants, and figures out how to entertain her cat. Let's all welcome Suzi Shapiro to the Spark stage.
So, reality, is it really real? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something for just a second. So, there it is. How many of you saw a bee? 13? Anything else? Well, what's real? Well, what happens is the spaces between the lights on the screen go into your eyes, and the eyes send it to the brain, and the brain says, oh, it's, depending on what kinds of things you think about in terms of letters and numbers, and it tells you what it should be. So what's real? So we've got things that are in the physical world, like this chair here. So a chair is real, right? You can sit on a chair and you don't fall down, we hope. And in fact, we have pieces of our body that are designed to tell us where things are in the world. You probably call them eyes. And they pick up stuff, light bounces from up there, bounces down onto the chair, and it bounces up in your eyes and goes in your brain. And your brain creates an illusion of a chair. Luckily, when you sit down on it, it will actually hold your weight. So now we have a chair. But that light that I talked about, see, there's a stuff called electromagnetic radiation. I know that's a mouthful. Well, there's this really, really small section in the electromagnetic radiation that we call light. We usually think of it as color. And it's only a very, very small percentage of all the electromagnetic radiation out there. There's things like television waves and X-rays and all kinds of other stuff. And all of these things are real. Well, so what happens sometimes is we can't see these real things like TV waves, and so we don't think they exist. But we can build a device that allows us to change that real stuff into something that's actually an illusion. And so now we have something that appears to be real, only it isn't real anymore, it's just an illusion. So we've got that real thing, and then we've got the invisible thing that's created with this electromagnetic radiation that allows us to imagine something about another real thing, only it's not real. Okay, so what is real? So most of you are sitting on a chair. And you're sitting on a chair, and you and I believe that your chair and that chair are real. Only we don't necessarily believe that the same thing is real. So there's virtual reality where it's not a real chair. I wouldn't sit on a virtual chair. And there's augmented reality where there's something that we can walk around in the real world and we can see something, only it's not real. But it looks like it's real, and so we catch it. And so is the Pikachu as real as a chair? So what is real? Well, it depends on what's in your head and how your head works and how you've learned how to see things. And so my question for you is, do you think a Pikachu is real?